What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new to the channel too and want to hit the subscribe button, that'd be awesome. In the last video, I mentioned February 25th, which is in 3 days, we are finally getting the RB25 Neo swapped R32 Nissan Skyline dyno tuned. And to those of you who are new to the channel, because of the title of the video, it is universal. A quick rundown on the motor. It is a built RB25 Neo. We have a reverse rotation Garrett G3770. Arctic manifold, again, built RB25 Neo. The head is full Kelford cams, valve springs, retainers. Cams are 264, 272. Ross Performance Racing trigger kit. The bottom end is Nitto built. We have all the ARP hardware necessary. Cold side, we got the Grady intake manifold, custom fabricated intercooler piping. Electric throttle body. In terms of fueling, we have a mixture of Radium, Injector Dynamics, and Deechworks products. Radium Rail, Injector Dynamic 1050s, Radium Fuel Damper, Radium Fuel Pressure Regulator. I converted all the hard lines to -6, which isn't necessary, but just wanted to go the extra mile. And that's all being powered by a Deechworks 420 fuel pump. And in terms of wiring and ECU, I am running a Haltech Elite 2500 with a full Wiring Specialties custom wiring harness. And the power number goal for Tuesday is honestly anything over 500 horsepower, which is super feasible. My engine builder, who specializes in building RBs and JZs, said with this setup he's done with multiple clients, we can easily make 600 wheel on E85 at 22 pounds of boost. So essentially, we already got all the power mods, all the electrical output mods. Now we just need to make sure we're getting the maximum voltage and flow from our Deechworks 420 pump. And with that being said, we will be installing our Deechworks fuel pump hardwire kit. There's the part number there. This thing ran me about 50 bucks, and I'm going to show you how to install this on your 1990 R32 Nissan Skyline. Or honestly, you can take this as a universal install as well. For the R32 GTR chassis, Wiring Specialties does make a complete plug-and-play kit, which I bought by mistake. So if anybody's interested in this kit, feel free to shoot me a message on YouTube, hit me in the comments, or check me out on Instagram. Prior to making this video, I did do a good 2 hours of extensive research and watched a handful of videos. And let me tell you, this job is very easy. Do not be discouraged because it is wiring, like honestly, very, very easy. So essentially, we got 4 wires. Red is obviously going to be power to the battery. You got your black wire, which is going to be your ground, which you'll be grounding this to the chassis. And there you have it, already halfway there. And then you have 2 wires here. Your blue wire is going to be the relay trigger wire, so it turns the relay on. And then the yellow wire is going to be your output wire. So essentially we'll be splicing in to the power wire to the fuel pump, and then looping this wire up top, and then looping this wire on the bottom. And then we're gonna have to make an additional ground to the fuel pump as well. So for this install, if you wanna make it really clean and neat, you're going to want expandable wire sleeving. I just got this off Amazon. Electrical or Tessa tape. You're going to want some assorted terminals and some heat shrinking tubing. And then of course, a heat gun. Step 1, go ahead and make your way into the trunk of your R32 GTST. Go ahead and remove the trunk floor mat and the right side of your trunk liner. Exposed will be this wire here, encased in electrical tape. Go ahead and remove most of that. And then go ahead and remove this door here to the fuel hanger. Exposed here, you got 4 connectors. You got your positive, negative. I believe that's low fuel light, and this is for your fill gauge. The only wires we're going to be working with today is the positive and the negative. So with the positive here, it's going to be purple and white. Make your way to your connector. You'll see it there. And with this plugged in, the purple and white wire will transition into black and yellow, which is one of the wires we'll be working with. So essentially what we're going to do is cut the black and yellow wire in half. We will wire in the relay wire on the upper portion, and then the yellow wire on the bottom portion of the black and yellow wire. Then making our way to the negative, which is blue and pink. That should transition into this white wire here. Then we're going to go ahead and cut this wire. Upper portion we'll go ahead and tape off, and then the bottom portion we're just going to go ahead and ground into the chassis. Next step is going to be mounting the relay itself, and this is all honestly personal preference. Me personally, I like to utilize stock holes because I really don't like drilling into cars. So I did find this upper bolt here. We'll go ahead and mount our relay. I'm also going to be using this spot as a ground. So go ahead, if you are going to use this spot, to sand it down to bare metal. Next step, we're going to go ahead and make our first terminal end. I already did so on the negative relay ground wire. First put some sleeving in, then the heat shrink, and then the terminal. Use the heat gun to melt the heat shrink, and honestly looks pretty professional if I do say so myself. And then I just got done making the new ground for the fuel pump. Alright, so next up I'm going to go ahead and just knock out the fuel pump ground. So again, the white wire is what you want to cut, and then go ahead and make an additional ground wire. And the bottom portion, we're just going to go ahead and ground it to the chassis, like so. Alright, just got done mounting the relay. Again, grounded the new fuel pump ground to the chassis, as well as the relay ground. Came out pretty good. Again, utilized a stock mounting hole and scored the surface pretty well. Now let's go ahead and cut the black and yellow wire, put our blue signal wire on top, and connect our yellow output wire on the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and get this all nice and taped up. Since I'm running my battery in the trunk, I will cut, this will be the last step that I do, but if you want to, go ahead and route this to the front of your car if your battery is located in the engine bay. Got the black and yellow wire cut, and remember, blue signal wire goes to the top portion of the harness, and the yellow output wire goes onto the bottom portion of the harness. So blue on top, yellow on bottom. Just got done connecting the relay signal and output wire. Again, what you want to do is splice the black and yellow wire on the upper portion, go ahead and connect that to the blue wire, and on the bottom portion of the black and yellow wire, connect that to the yellow output wire. Then you're going to have to make a new fuel pump ground that's not original to the chassis there, which is going to be the blue and pink wire, transitions into the white wire. Splice that white wire in half for the upper portion. Go ahead and just tape that off and tuck it away. And on the bottom portion, you're just going to have to make a new ground to the chassis. So now I'm going to use some Tessa tape and just get the remaining harness looking nice. Now I got the Tessa tape on. Very clean, if I do say so myself. Now let's go ahead and put the trunk back together and make our positive terminal. Alright, got everything buttoned backed up and connected. The fuse line is looking good. Got it all nice and sleeved. So I'm not too sure if I mentioned it in depth, but essentially you want to do this Hardwire fuel pump relay mod so you have constant voltage at the high RPMs. I believe usually it runs like at 11 or 12 volts, and with this it should be running at a consistent 13 to 14. So now let's go ahead and put the key in accessory, make sure we hear the relay turn on, and then crank the Skyline over. So I just put the Skyline in accessory mode. The relay definitely clicked on, but I want to make sure you guys hear it too. Alright, Skyline runs. Honestly, running a little bit better with that fuel pump relay mod. I am on a base map still, so startup usually isn't the most efficient, but after hitting this relay mod, it's all good. Alright everybody, and on that note, that is all I have for you in today's video. If you did find this video helpful, be sure to drop a comment below and be sure to subscribe. And if you have any additional comments regarding the install, comment section below or hit me up via Instagram. Again, Tuesday the 25th of this month, finally gonna get the Skyline dyno tuned, and with this fuel pump relay mod, we should have no issue with maintaining a constant fuel pump voltage. I'm incredibly stoked, I cannot wait. I know we're gonna make big numbers, and I'm just so anxious and ready to get this build fully solidified. But thank you everybody again for the continued love and support, and if you're new to the channel too, hit the subscribe button, that'd be awesome. And remember, aim high, drive low. We'll catch you next video, take care.